Welcome back, everybody. Sitting with us now is Khalid. Khalid is engaged in a bitter battle over his great-grandmother's secret chili recipe. Please welcome Khalid. Khalid, how you doing? Okay, now, when you say you're engaged in a bitter battle, what do you mean by that?
Well, Steve, the recipe is a chili recipe. It goes back to my great-grandmother, Lavinia. It was passed down to my grandmother, to my mother, to my sister. All the women in the Smith family have it, but they don't want to give it to me.
Why won't they give you the recipe?
Well, see, I'm a guy, I guess because of the heritage, and they want just the women to have it. My sister feels like I would take the recipe, mess with it, change it up, but I would never disrespect my grandmother's recipe like that, Steve. Never.
Well, Khalid was so passionate about this recipe and about his great-grandmother, so I wanted to kind of help him out. I just need to know, now, if I do this for you, are you going to honor the recipe? No changes, no nothing.
Steve, I promise.
Okay, all right, this is what we did. Since they wouldn't tell him the recipe, we thought we'd kind of help him figure it out. So we sent Khalid and a batch of the chili to a food lab where it was completely analyzed by a food scientist whose job it is to decode a dish and tell you the ingredients. He's done it with everything from Big Macs to KFC. Let's take a look at Khalid and Todd from CMT's Top Secret Recipe as they work on Great-Grandma Lavinia's secret chili.
I'm Todd Wilbur, and I'm a professional food hacker. I've recreated some of the country's most famous recipes, but this is the first time I'm tackling a family secret.
How you doing today?
Ali, Todd Wilbur.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? This the stuff?
Yes, sir.
It goes way back, right? How far?
Right. To my great-grandmother.
Okay, right when I open that pot, boom! I smell that cumin. So you do know there is cumin in there?
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's a good chili.
Pretty good.
Okay, I see only one kind of bean. There's some chilies in there.
Okay.
There's a better way to do this. Rinse it. Check this out.
You got all type of gadgets.
Yeah, you wanna try this?
Yeah, definitely. Won't go to the club with these, though.
Yeah, man. So, turkey. Okay, we got onion, pepper, a couple cans of diced tomatoes. Just go from there. We're gonna have to make this a few times. Okay, so meat is browning. Is that how Mama Smith does it?
Yeah, that's how she does it.
We've got our first batch here of chili. This is pretty good for a first try.
Okay.
It's nowhere near the actual recipe. We'd be busted in a second. Back to the drawing board. There's something that we're not getting, like a ground spice or herb, something ground, something that's very hard to detect just by looking at it. I'm gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna go big.
Go big or go home.
That's right. So, do you remember her using any sort of seasoning packet?
She was adding the seasonings in.
Chili powder. It's meant for chili. Let's do a tablespoon, okay? And then pepper. Could this be the game changer? So, you know, once we get this, Khalid, are you gonna share the recipe?
I mean, it's gonna be on TV, right?
That's true.
It doesn't quite look the same.
Is this up high enough? Got thick. Okay, it's not bad. Your chili is like, boom, in your mouth. It's like, this batch, too spicy. These are not the same beans going in together. Now you know what we do?
What?
Pray? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see.
Okay, go. I think we're gonna be here all night.
Well, please welcome Todd Wilbur. Todd, welcome to the show. Hi, Todd.
Thanks. Thank you.
So, Todd, so exactly, what is the decoding process?
For a chili, you saw how I would put it in a strainer, a fine mesh sieve, and run water over it so you can see what solid bits and chunks are in there. That helps a lot. You can freeze a sauce and the fat will separate. You can identify what kind of fat it is by what color it is. You know, take a spice packet, put it in some water. Some stuff will float, some will sink. Anyway, you can reverse it. Reverse the process. Isolate the ingredients and then rebuild.
All right, now, we saw on the tape, it looked like you all were struggling with it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
After all of this, how you think you did?
Steve, I'm a little worried. We did batch after batch after batch. Am I right?
Yeah.
It got closer and closer, so only time will tell.
You think you got it? Did it taste like it?
Yeah, it was getting close, but
Right?
still, that recipe
Yeah.
was so hard. It was
Yeah.
a family secret recipe. So it was so hard to get, but we were getting close.
Yeah, and you know, it's just
Close,
chili.
close ain't winning it here.
No,
man.
I know,
We can't,
I know.
Close, we can't get close.
Yeah.
You got to get the recipe.
I know.
That's why we had to call the big dogs.
Oh, well, you got the big dog. Did you
So
make
let's-
the chili?
I'm confident, Steve.
All right, we're going to
Let's
find
go.
out. I'll tell you what, when we come back, we're going to put this chili to the test. Khalid's sister, Ayana, is here. But can she tell the difference between the two recipes? We're going to find out right after the break. Big Sis is on the way, baby. Yeah. Well, everybody, we're back with Khalid and food hacker Todd Wilber, but also joining us is Khalid's older sister, Ayana. Ayana, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Do you care about them decoding the dish?
It's impossible. They're not going to be able to. So
So this don't even,
I'm not even worried about
They can't get it.
no way in the world.
Why is it that you don't want him to have it?
If he got this recipe, he would try to change it, add something, take something out, and then all of a sudden it's Khalid's recipe instead of my great-grandmother's recipe.
How do you know that, though? If he's promised not
This
to
has been
change
my
it.
brother for my whole life. I know him. So at this point, you know what? If he cracks the recipe, I'll give it to him. I'll just let him have it. But I know that it's not going to be exactly the same. There's no way it could be.
Todd, what did you learn while you were decoding this?
A few things. When we rinsed it, you know, through that sieve, we saw all the chunks in there. It looked like fresh tomatoes, so that's what I use in here, fresh tomatoes. But then also some cans of crushed tomatoes and tomato paste. So 3 different kinds of tomatoes. A very tomatoey chili. Am I right?
Yep.
Very tomatoey.
Very tomatoey, but
Yes.
you were not exactly correct. But I won't say anything
You
else.
stick to your
Okay.
guns, baby. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We got 4 bowls of chili. 2 of these bowls are the same chili, and those 2 bowls are the same chili. Ayana and myself are gonna test the chili. She will test it to know which is the correct recipe. There's no way I would know that. I'm just gonna tell you which chili I like best.
Cool.
I don't know who Grandma
It
Laverne.
better be my great-grandmother's chili.
Okay,
that you
yes,
like
ma'am.
better.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you and I, we're gonna taste this right here.
I'm a little nervous.
That's good right there.
What do you think?
I ain't gonna lie
What do you
to
think? How's that one?
I don't,
Good.
care I don't care who made it.
Okay, good. Hey, this is good. This is good, Steve. This is what I like to hear.
All right, let's go taste B, me and you. Move down here.
Next. All right. This is when it gets good.
Ready?
Ayana, you ready? Let's go.
What are we
Uh-oh.
thinking? What are we thinking?
We got it?
Really? We got an uh-oh.
We got a problem right
We got
here.
an uh-oh, dude.
Well, we got a problem right here.
This is
I
my
love it.
chili. This is mine.
That's yours?
This is my chili.
It's mine too.
You say it. You want to try this one again?
No,
No.
they are, yes, they. I gotta tell you, Yana, I don't know. I can't tell the difference. I really can't. There was no difference at all to me. But you say it was B.
Definitely.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Wanna know the
Here is-
truth?
Here's the moment of truth.
All right, you guys
Todd,
ready?
is it A or B?
The real one is A.
Yeah, it's out now. Now, Ayana, now I'm telling you we did this honestly. And you're shaking your head, but this is what this guy does. Todd
Sorry,
is a food scientist,
Had to do it.
and he went in there right, now let me ask you a question then, y'all. Your brother now has the recipe. Since we cracked the code, can I share this recipe with my audience?
Absolutely.
Ah,
Well.
you do.
That's really nice of y'all. So listen, you can get the recipe at steveharveytv.com. I want to thank you for Khalid for sharing it. Thank you, Todd, for working it out, man. Great job, man. And you for telling the truth. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. Hey, listen, we'll be right back after this.